Your Backdoor Anime Hangout had the honor and privilege to speak with director Shinichiro Watanabe of Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo fame for his upcoming project, Lazarus. We talk about the production, music choices, and even his creative collaboration with the director of John Wick, Chad Stahelski. Without further ado, here is the interview. Shinichiro Watanabe-san, it is a genuine honor to have you on our program. We're here to be one of the channels to celebrate with you on your latest project, Lazarus.
よろしくお願いします。
How do you do?
Doing good. How about you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. What can people be most excited for Lazarus?
たくさんあります。すべて楽しみにしてほしいですけど。
There are many things to look forward to, but all the action scenes that we collaborated with Chad, that is something really to look forward to.
Certainly, and all these action scenes are just wonderful to look at. And speaking of Chad, he is involved with the project as an action supervisor. How does his involvement enhance your new project?
まず
First, we had a pre-production meeting with Chad, and I asked about his philosophy towards action scenes, and that is the basis of how things work out.
Can you describe more about this philosophy?
それはね、秘密なんで言えない。
His philosophy towards action is his trade secret, so it's not something that I can relay out of my mouth.
Totally. And
もしラザロのアクショ
That
ンが
would
面白
mean
くな
that
っていれ
his
ば
philosophy towards action scene is properly reflected, and it is something that chimes with the audience.
ですね、まず以前から僕
I always thought that John Wick was a good
だ
film,
と思ってました。あとね、
and I thought that the sensibility in John Wick was in line to my sensibilities.
それで、彼と打ち合わせをしたところ、
And in the pre-production meeting, he mentioned that he was influenced from shows such as Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop. So I believe that our sensibilities were coherent through those mutual influences.
まあそのおかげで彼が
I was rewarded for having made such shows in the past that I was able to enlist his collaboration.
And I do want to ask on a different topic. Music is a main factor in your projects. And this time you're working with Western artists like Los Angeles saxophonist Kamasi Washington and English electronic artists Bonobo and Floating Points. What did you see in their creative work to make you want to collaborate with them?
今回の音楽については、そうですね、その内容と一番フィットするアーティストを考えてみたんですけども、なんて言いますか、すごくフューチャリスティックな感じと、あと、
for the selection of music, it would have to mesh with the content of the show, and I wanted something that would be futuristic and at the same time retro, and these were the three artists that would fit that kind of criteria.
How did you get connected with them?
ボノボと
Or with Bonobo and Floating Point, these were regular front door offers.
カマシワシントンについては
And for Kamasi Washington, this was through Cartoon Network. Jason at Cartoon Network was personal friends, so it was through such a personal connection.
And it is a wonderful collaboration. Speaking of Cartoon Network, I read in an interview that Cartoon Network wanted to collaborate with you again since Space Dandy. How has the collaboration process been?
そうですね、カートゥーンネットワークさんは
Cartoon Network gave me a lot of creative freedom. They said that as long as it is a sci-fi, science fiction action show, do as you please.
Except Space Dandy 2.
Except not to make Space Dandy 2.
Interesting. Why is that?
Apparently, I'm not really sure, but apparently they wanted something that was much more serious in tone, and they wanted to avoid comedy.
I see. And I actually wanted to ask you about the title itself. What inspired the title Lazarus?
このタイトルはもちろん聖書の一節ではあるんですけども、直接僕がインスパイアされたのは、90年代の
It is a biblical reference, but the direct influence would be from a 90s rock band,
Bull Adderay's.
Bull Adderay's, and their song titled Lazarus.
そしてそのブラドライズの曲を聴いてすごくいろいろなイメージが湧いて
I listened to their song Lazarus repeatedly, and I got my imagery for the tone of the show.
それでその曲をどうしてもエンディングテーマとして使いたくて
So I really wanted to use their song for the closing song, and so I went through effort to secure the rights, and so it is the closing song for Lazarus.
That's beautiful. Coming full circle. I do want to ask you, so each of your projects have a distinct feel from story to music. How would you describe your creative process for Lazarus, especially given we're working with kind of on a global scale?
もちろんその先ほど言いましたブラドライズの曲の影響もあるんですけども
I believe we have the music starting with the very song Lazarus, but I also keep track of the global news, social issues that are going on, and I believe those will be reflected into the show, into the story.
Got it. And I do want to ask, since we are in Anime Los Angeles, what did you see in Anime Los Angeles that made you want to come and even premiere Lazarus here?
ちょうど
I'm here, of course, because Anime Los Angeles invited me, and I accepted. But since Lazarus is going to be broadcast this year, I wanted to test the audience and get a test audience and see what kind of reaction they would give to an upcoming show. And conventions are such precious experiences where you can directly talk to an audience and get their direct reaction. I wanted to do a screening and see what they would think. So, of course, if we had a disappointed audience reaction here at Anime LA, maybe the show itself could have been cancelled. But since we did get a good reaction, I think they'll proceed with broadcast.
Wonderful. Shinichiro Watanabe-san, it is a pleasure to interview you. Thank you for your time. And Lazarus is a very beautiful feature, and I look forward to it.
はい、自分でもちょっとすごくいい作品が今回できたというふうに思ってますんで。
I do think I came up with a pretty good show this time, so I hope you will enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Watanabe-san.
あんまり
This is not the kind of talk I want to give normally because I don't want to be thought of as a big talker, but I am honestly happy about how Lazarus is coming out.
And people really enjoy your talks, and I'm so happy they got to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Shinichiro Watanabe. You are listening to Otaku Awari.